Hello everybody, this is FC7 and today I'm going to share a playthrough of the newest event in EverQuest. This is called the Anniversary Tower event and something about the Year of Darkpaw. So I guess what they're going to do is release a new quest every month this year. If I'm reading this right, just go into EQ resource here and I think that's what they're going to have planned. And this January is the very first month, so there's one quest unlocked in this tower, and I'm going to show my playthrough of it. So it starts in North Row at this floating tower, and I actually have my Necro out for this. I haven't played him in quite a few months, so I'll be boxing him along with a Paladin, a Berserker, 2 mages, and of course a mercenary, a healer mercenary. So it starts here at the floating tower, right at this location. And there should be a platform here. Just step on the platform and press this area, and you'll go right in. And they just did a patch yesterday where they changed the game to DirectX 11 from 9, so there's a problem with the lighting a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can make this a little brighter. And the first thing you see when you get in the zone is this merchant, and all she offers is this mount at first. And the actual quest will start upstairs. Oh, and this is another thing I thought I would show. There is a free item this month if you go into the store. It is this item that will turn your pet into a classic orc, or it can summon a familiar as well. I suggest everybody get that before it's gone. I mean, it's free and it's not lore, so you can get as many as you want. Alright, so as far as the quest, you will need to do this first. Just pick up the glowing item in front of that doorway. And right click on it. That will give you the actual quest. And here it is. Now make your way to South Row. Get out the entrance. Choose the mount I'm going to use. And South Row is right over here. So now entering South Row. I guess formerly Oasis. For all the old timers, they got rid of the Oasis of Mar. So the first step is finding the orc camp. What I need to do is find a certain AA. Like I said, I haven't played this character for a long time, so I know he has Whisperwind. That'll allow me to go a little bit faster. At least just teleport ahead a little bit. Okay, there we go. I don't have all of my hotkeys set up yet for any of these characters. I'm kind of just winging it right now. Alright, so as soon as you get in the camp, you are aggroed by the orc. Can't snare him. So what I'm going to try to do is just circle kite him. Just change the view here for a second. And he doesn't appear to have a lot of hit points. Alright, so he's down. Now I got the Broken Key Blade of Sand. And onto the Sand Giant Camp. And that's right over here. So now the Sandstorm Champion will spawn and start chasing you or aggroing you. He looks a lot like the Ancient Cyclops. Different tunic though. So his hit points are so low, I wonder if I can just pet tank this. He looks a little intimidating because he cons yellow. But he seems like kind of a pushover. Alright, so Broken Key Bow of Sand, second item. Now on to Spectre Island. And there. So there's a Haunted Inspector. Just have to take him down. And there's a third piece. Now this is actually a container. Just put the 3 pieces in, press combine. And there you go. So I have 10 tokens, 10 timeless tokens. And I'll just worry about those later. So it's back to North Row and the tower. Back in North Row, zone back in, and the actual group quest can begin. So now I have my group set up. This is the same doorway where I picked up the first item to start the solo quest. Now just right click on this to start the group task. And after that, just zone in. Alright, now that my group's set up at the entrance here, you'll see that there's 2 crocodiles on the right, 2 on the left, and a specter in the middle. Now what you have to do is just start with these 2. I guess any pair of 2 will do to start with. The aggro range isn't that high. Or isn't that close, I should say. But I thought I would just root the other one off just in case it assisted. So I'm just going to have both of my mages tank it. Have my Berserker DPS. Have my Paladin DPS. Have the Necro DPS. And I'm having my druids set out. I actually prefer small zones like this. Like there's an invisible wall right where you see the outside. I guess that's supposed to be South Row. But if you go up to it, it'll be like a barrier. You can't get through. So there's not some huge zone you have to go through to get to the quest NPCs. Which I prefer. Like I said, I like the small zones. So these crocodiles, they don't seem very hard for my alternate team here. I consider this my B team. My A team was having a little bit of a harder time. So now on to the second crocodile, but I think what I'll do is just fast forward through this fight because they're pretty self-explanatory. So here the second one is down to like 1%, and now I'll start with the third one. The task just updated. So I'll just pull this crocodile. As you can see, the assist range isn't high at all. Have my mage pet tank. And my second mage is actually off screen. I'm using him on an entirely different computer. So I have two mage pets here, tanking. My Berserker and my Paladin, both of which I have to work on. They're pretty weak. And now again, I think what I'll do is just fast forward through this fight. And on to crocodile number 4. Which is right over here. And these crocodiles, I guess they do summon. I found that out the hard way. So you just can't root rot these. So Again, I'll just fast forward through this fight and on to the last mob. Alright, so 4 crocodiles down and on to the huge specter in the middle. Just making some small adjustments here before I start the fight. So, a withered memory. I'll probably show the entire fight. I don't think he does anything too bad. There might be an AE of some kind. My healer was able to heal through anything that he was thrown at us, so... And I think in the last fight with my other team, my other box team, he did some kind of aggro thing where the main tank lost aggro. But I don't know, this is the second day that this quest was released, so find more out as time goes on. Oops. Just trying to cast an illusion on my pet, he was in the way a little bit. I guess I could have shrunk him too, but whatever. I don't see that this withered memory has any kind of resist to him, so everything seems to be sticking if you're a caster class. So down he goes, and the quest is complete. And you get achievements for beating this. There's a reward. Now back to the entrance, and you'll see that some more items have unlocked on this merchant. And at first I was really surprised about the augmentations that had been unlocked, but it looked like there's slot 9. All of them are slot 9. So I really can't use them on my current gear. I don't know. I'll have to do some research onto what actually slot 9 is. And as far as this mount goes, I don't know. 350 is a lot, so I'm not sure if I'll reach that this year. So here's the augmentations, but as you can see, slot 9, not sure what they can fit into. I don't have any gear right now that can do it. And this charm, it looks like something that you have to work on throughout the year. You don't get those stats right off the bat. So alright, that is it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll have more quests like this as the task unlocks in later months, so look for that. Maybe I'll do each one as they're released if they don't get too difficult. This one is fairly easy. So, anyways, have a great day.